What is going on, guys? Welcome back again for another build. Today, got a pretty special treat for you. So, I will be making, as you probably saw from the title, a completely air-driven PC that plays 4K and also stays cool. I did a video, but to my noobness of being on YouTube, messed up some of the audio as well as some of the video, but I was able to delid the 8700K. I'll end up putting some links in the description of the stuff I used to go ahead and delid the 8700K, but I did drop anywhere between 15C to 20C on full load, so it was great. And now that was on liquid cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to see what it's like, because I did purchase a Darkrock Pro 4 air cooler. As you see, I'm running this on a Z370 Asus Prime motherboard, and it already has, as you can see, it comes with two fans, a 120 up front and a 130 in the middle. Then you also can expand and put one on the back as well, which would, I'd imagine, just be another 120. But with the case we're using, you guys probably saw in the thumbnail, it is the white edition of, in my opinion, the best airflow case you can get, other than an open air. Now, as you guys saw in my last video, it being an open air case, I did test a lot of stuff with liquid cool. It was great, but at the same time, that thing is huge, and I need a smaller form factor. So this is the white edition of the Meshify C. Pretty hard to find, but it's pretty cool because it's got the white inlays up here instead of, so it hides a lot of the frame. But that's not the treat. The treat is I was able to pick up a Coolmaster vertical GPU. Kind of spoiled to it. Now the best thing about having this vertical GPU, other than the regular ones that normally come in your cases, if your case does come with a vertical GPU capability, is the problem with vertical GPUs is that they push them too close to the glass, which with my Asus Strix 1080 Ti overclock edition, one, it's a big card, triple fan. It creates a lot of heat. With these heat sinks that are on there, they're absolutely huge. So you want to definitely make sure you can get as much space between the glass and the fans as possible, so that way the fans that are normally up front, which what we'll end up doing is we're going to put two 120s up front and another 120 in the back. And you're probably asking yourself, why are you not going to put anything up top? But I'll get to that later on. I digress. So with this GPU, vertical GPU mount, this actually pushes it almost about a little over 1.5 inches away from the motherboard. So that way it gives your GPU ample cooling from the fans that are up front to be able to not really heat soak your GPU. So that way you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do, like I said, per the title, we're building this to run 4K. We're building this not only run 4K, but also to stay cool while you're doing it. Longevity, when your parts are cool, lets them last longer. Now, I do have the 8700K overclocked to 5 gigahertz. Before, you guys have seen in my videos, it's getting to about 88C on full load using AIDA64 as well as Prime 95. And my GPU was getting about 65, and it only has a slight overclock, nothing huge. It's plus 50 megahertz and plus 150 on the MEM. And obviously the core temp is all on max, and the voltage is still at stock. But another new addition is I was able to pick up a Toshiba 512 NVMe M.2, so I'll be throwing that in the build as well. So that's going to help. I'm going to transfer this as my boot drive, which is another Toshiba, or excuse me, an OCZ 480 gig hard drive. I'm going to transfer my boot drive to this, give it a little bit better, or I might just use it as games. And then also, you guys already know, I have two 500 gig Samsung 560 EVOs. Believe that, I don't want to tell you guys wrong. 840, excuse me, 840 EVOs. Yeah, I was wrong. 840 EVOs. Fans we're going to be using, going back to those Deep Cool RGB fans. These things are by far some of the best fans. I'd love Deep Cool if you're listening. I'd love to do a review on those for you guys. Help me out. I love those things. And as you guys seen before, using the EVGA 850G3 fully modular. It's got the Eco mode switch on there, so that's pretty neat. Going to be using my custom cable mod black and white cables to go along with the theme build. So what I'm going to end up doing, like I said, vertical GPU mount, strictly airflow. We're going to get not only kill some frames, but keep the whole system cool while doing it. So stay tuned. I'll bring you along for the whole part of the build and how I'm actually orienting stuff, and I'll actually do a full, not only you guys can look on YouTube and see unboxing of that Coolmaster vertical GPU kit, but I'll show you how to actually install it in this Fractal. One thing about this Fractal before I start the build is this is the smallest case that I know of. I've done a lot of research on it that will fit the Dartrock Pro 4 when it comes out to the front. So this right here, 169 millimeters. This case will do 172. So gives you just barely squeezing it with the glass on. So yeah, stay tuned and let's get to it. All right, so just a quick update on the case. Got the 3 fans in right here. And as you guys can see, I'll go ahead and get to the edge. That's just barely. So it's like right here on the edge. Enough of the glass. I already tested the glass because here's the grommet. So the grommet comes out to here and that's in there. So I already installed the M.2. M.2, if you guys don't know, there's actually a cover right there. You can put one there, or there's one up there. I didn't want it to be heat soaked because I don't know if those things get that hot, but if they do, there you go. It's up there. But now we're going to go ahead and install the bottom part of the cables, go ahead and get the rest of the cables in there, and then we will go ahead and take a journey and try out this vertical GPU mount. So yeah, it's looking good. Again, I told you guys I wasn't going to put anything up there, so there's nothing up there. Figure I'll tell you guys why afterwards, and I'll even show you in the stats. So stay tuned. All right, folks. So looks like I got everything I need to get done, at least with the build, before we put the vertical GPU mount on. Cables on the bottom. So remember, you're not going to see any of this stuff right here. You got the black and white cables right there, though. So it's looking good. Got those. That. So let's go ahead. I'll show you the back. I'm going to go ahead and flip this around. So you know how I am with my cable management. Gotta make sure that's in there right there. All good. I love how Fractal does the tilings in there. It's perfect, ample amount. Still got tons of room down there. As you see, I still got the 2 cables right here, and that's obviously for the GPU once I vertically mount it. So other than that, I'm just gonna button it down, but let's go ahead and take a look at how this GPU actually gets going. So let's see. So with this GPU vertical mount, it goes in, you take out obviously those right there, and you're going to remove all the actual screws on the side, and then this sits in. It goes in just like so. Now you're probably asking, it has an opening right here, right there, but how does the actual GPU go? It hooks in just like it would normally hooks, with the hooks on the side. So it's these hooks. Here, let's go and bring it down. These hooks right here, it hooks in on the side. Well, the only thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cut. So once you get it to where you want it in size, you're going to then come back behind here. You take out the ones you need. Really, you really just need to take out the ones, the little PCI slots, the ones you actually need. You're going to cut here and here, here and here, because I have obviously the 1080 Ti right there, so we're going to use that. Sorry for the mess. And we're just going to cut those out. So I'll probably just cut the 3 right there, so that way you can put your cables in. Other than that, let's stay tuned. Let's go ahead and see how it looks. Guys, if you notice, I'm in a different room, so I was able to get it all put together. I'll back up, as you guys saw in the beginning part. So what did I end up doing was I have two 120 mils up front, up top, 2 on the side, 1 on the back, and then the vertical mount. So the vertical mount was a little harder than needed. So as you see right now, I have some bolts coming for custom bolts to come through right here. Probably just going to go to Lowe's and get some other ones so I can put washers on the back. But what I end up having to do is go ahead and go around the back. As you see, you just cut them. They're pretty easy. You just twist them off. But the big problem I had was those right there next to that DVI, as you see the 2 little extended bolts come out for the DVI connector. That was pushing on some of the brackets. So yeah, that tended to be a little bit of an issue. But as you see, I got a little bit of power on there right now. So obviously the motherboard's powered up. So let's go ahead and do a boot.
and I'll give you some numbers. So right now I have one fan, as you can see right here. One fan is doing a pull, so that way these two fans right there, let's focus, there we go. This fan and that fan will be pulling air out, the hot air out. Intake, intake, intake. Those two on the front, obviously intake. Right there up top, intake. So, as you see, we got a post. Let me go ahead. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. Cable management was actually really easy, as you guys saw. But the build has came out great. Let's go ahead. I know you guys are really interested to see some numbers. So let's see what we got. Doing this in live time so you guys can see it. So know that I'm not doing any trickery to get the numbers better. So obviously the PC just turned on. Let's go ahead and go here. As you see, straight air cool, you're looking in the low 30s right there. So that's great. That is a lot lower than where I was at, normally at 35 minimum to 47. So that looks good. And as you see, running at 5 gigahertz, and I'm running this at a 135 volt offset. So now give me 1 second, I'm going to go ahead and do a bench, and I'll come right back so that way you can see what it actually maxed out at. So testing, ran it for about 10 minutes going on there. As you can see, it is running at 5 gigahertz right there. That's what I got from my minimum, 35, 30 or 66 as maximum. So much better than 88. And a recent average, when I had the liquid cooler before I delidded the CPU, I was running it at 68, which was the average. So now 55C, and as you see right here, it's a little bit different on the hardware monitor. 69 was its top package temperature, so 3 off on this one. So a little bit different, but I'm going with the higher one. Even at 69, it's still better. That right there is 18, 19 degrees C lower just by delidding it. And as you guys saw, it is on air cool. So hope you liked the video. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you with some B-roll. But again, I'll leave all the description to all the stuff I use in the link down below. So if you liked anything, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to make the video, at least give you a video every once a week. And also, if you haven't followed my Twitch, it's I'll also put that in the description. But yeah, I like the build. I think this is probably my best build I've ever done. Small form factor, but at the same time, looks good. But yeah, as always, I'm Hyper4Tech, and until next time.